My name is Jordan Weiers, and I'm our Director of Partnerships and People at Adelaide Metrics.
So it's nice to be here in Cannes with you, Jordan. I would like to start with you just telling us a little bit about Adelaide and what you guys do.
Of course. So Adelaide does attention measurement, analytics, and activation with our flagship metric, which is called AU, which stands for Attention Unit. And our goal is to drive better performance for marketers across the sales funnel, from upper funnel brand lift to lower funnel sales lift, by measuring media quality and attentiveness.
That's great. I mean, I know that attention has been a big topic across the industry for some time now. So, how does attention measurement contribute to the search for that go-to metric for effective ad outcomes?
I think people are sort of realizing that a lot of the metrics that are out there in the space right now don't necessarily drive their bottom line. So, if you hit your 80% viewability goal on your campaign, what does that mean? What does that translate to? So I think a lot of people are looking to metrics that are correlated to outcomes. So from upper funnel, survey responses, sales lift, conversions, etc. I think people are looking for metrics that are able to predict those outcomes and actually drive incremental lift, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so I think you touched a little bit on my next question with that answer, but what can these attention metrics tell us that viewability metrics can't or don't?
Viewability is kind of a binary metric and can tell you whether or not something potentially could be viewed, which is obviously important, right? I mean, there's no attention without viewability. That being said, it can't actually tell you the likelihood that something will be viewed, right? Because it doesn't take into account other things like the environmental factors that are at play. It doesn't take into account, are there 20 ads on your page, or are you the only ad on your page, right? Like the odds that you'll be distracted as a consumer on a page that has 20 ads are much higher than one with only 2 or 3, right? And viewability, you can have 20 ads on a page and all of them are 100% viewable, right? But you're not getting the whole picture, whereas if you get one ad, right, and viewability doesn't take into account all those data signals, which is obviously what we've aimed to include in our metric.
That's great. Those are really good points. And then what advice would you give to advertisers and publishers who are looking to introduce these metrics into their strategies?
Yeah, so I think I've seen folks saying this, but I would say, as with any new metric or form of measurement, just dip your toe in and try it out, test it out, and see if it works for you. Don't expect perfection immediately, and don't expect that you're going to have an answer or your attention strategy all worked out within, the first 5 minutes, right? And the other big piece of advice too is, I would say, ask the question, what at the end of the day as a marketer am I looking to improve? Is it upper funnel lift? Is it, conversions? All those things that I've talked about, like what's actually moving the needle for your business? Are you trying to drive awareness of your product, or is it sales, right? And I think that is where attention should fit into your strategy, is trying to get incremental lift in those KPIs. So identifying kind of a goal and then seeing what attention can do to drive it.
Yeah, I think that's really great advice, because even if you get to a point where you think it's working, like every campaign is probably going to have a different outcome. So you're obviously always going to be testing in a sense. So that's really great. And then what do you think lies ahead for attention in the year to come? What are you watching right now?
Yeah, great question. We're definitely seeing a lot of our clients are asking for ways to make it really easy to activate based on attention metrics, because ultimately it's just an academic exercise unless people on the ground and people who are hands-on keyboard are able to easily access attention measurement and analytics and activation. So basically that's part of our goal, which is AU everywhere, which is to be able to surface attention metrics in as many platforms where our clients are buying media as possible. So we're really excited about that, and it's really taking a kind of, picking up steam quickly. And I think that's something we're really excited about for sure.
Great. And so as the industry pays more attention to this topic, how is Adelaide contributing to this discussion around the larger industry move to standardize attention measurement?
There's a lot of other players in this space now, which is always definitely, more competition is good, and we welcome that, and it's going to improve everyone's products. We were a founding member of the Attention Council, which was a really great group of companies, brands that are interested in attention, companies that do attention research, companies that are in the attention space. We've been very involved in that. So check it out if you're not familiar with the Attention Council. There's also an IAB task force that we're participating in as well, which is also another great opportunity to kind of keep the conversation moving forward as a lot of new solutions kind of come into play. It's in, speaking the same language.
Great. Well, those are all very wonderful insights, and we're excited to see what happens in the space of attention measurement. So thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.